Hello, welcome back to Bald and Board Games. I'm Bald. Board's not here. He's in Japan. So I've been doing a series of rulebook rundowns for Mythwind. We went through and did the town charter. Then we did 3 of the other individuals so far. So we did town charter first. And then we did the farmer, the crafter, just finished the ranger. And now we are jumping into the merchant. And make sure everything looks good. Yep. All right. Let's dive into the merchant. So let me take off this plastic here to start. We got a reference card, which is always helpful. And everything is kind of in the tray for setup. I'm going to read through the setup as well, just to go over that with you. But here we go. Day 8. I can't believe my luck. This town is bustling already. My business is trade, and business is booming. Day 9. Curse my luck. A competitor is already set up across the street. Okay. The merchant's goal is to balance the needs of the ever-shifting market to make the most profit. Competition will be stiff, as rival merchants are also here to compete for the wealth of Mythwind Valley. The merchant has the highest complexity rating out of all the other players. The other ones, there's a level 1, 2 level 3s, and this is the only level 4 so far. So, the character summary, the goods and the market. The merchant buys and sells 4 different types of goods: food, fur, wine, and tools. They must manage the supply and demand of each good to earn the most profit. Rivals. There are many merchants in town. Rivals play an important part of the town's economy, as they will buy and sell goods of their own. As the market grows, savvier rival merchants will enter the marketplace. Customers and setting prices. The local citizens of the valley join the marketplace to purchase goods from any of the available sellers. The merchant must set their prices carefully to become the most attractive shop to visit. Board's favorite page, all the components. All right, so for setup, going to insert the 2 merchant boards in the merchant header into the merchant tray as depicted. Boom, boom, boom. We are going to take the merchant miniature. There she is, all of her stuff on her back. And we got 10 coins in here. So, boom, the 10 coins. Take those out. Good. The 10 merchant skills, I'm going to place them out next to the board, arranged by their tiers. So 1 through 3. So we have 1, another 1, another 1, 2, 2, and 2. 3, 3, and 3. And our money. Okay. We're going to prepare the merchant track. So one at a time, roll a worker die from the supply. For each of the 4 goods, re-rolling blanks. Then place 1 good token of that type in the corresponding slot on its resource track. For example, if the result is a 1, place the good in the first bottommost slot of its track, returning the worker die to the supply. Okay, so for myself, so typically you'd be using probably these little tokens here for the goods, but we have these nice little pegs that we're going to be using instead. So let me get all these out here. And then we will go in order from left to right. Come on, friend. Come on. Got it. There we go. There we are. Thank you. Oh, no. Thank you. Come on. Boom. Okay. So let's start off. 2 green. Starting at 2. So 1, 2. blue, 2, 3, and 3. Okay. Blue. Okay. Good, and then it shows you an example of that as well here. Prepare stockpiles. Place 4 of each good token in the market stockpile. Place 2 of each good token near the merchant. Okay, so we have, okay, so 4 of each good token in the market stockpile. Got it. So these are the stockpiles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it says replacing 2 of each on the table by us. Okay. Oop. 2. And 1, 2. Okay. Okay. Cool. Check, check. Create supply. Shuffle the tendency deck. Tendency deck, customer deck, and 3 rival decks, levels 1, 2, and 3, and set them aside along with upgrade tokens and 6 remaining good tokens of each type. Okay. Three, 4, 5, 6. Yep, so there would be 1 left because we're using these nice little dowels instead. So I'm going to put these over here. 6. Take all these out of here. So the guys are hard to grab. And 1 left. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And purples. So little. Come here, buddy. 2, 3. Oh, God. So difficult. 4. Come on. 5 and 6. 1 left. Good deal. My lord. Okay. I have all those. And then all these cards as well. All right. So we can put you back on. And we'll show this side to you. Okay, so the tendency cards are those. Okay, tendencies. Customers. So shuffle them all. Yep. Okay, so we'll shuffle customers. Whoop. Shuffled. Shuffle the tendencies. Okay. The rivals as well. And 3 rival decks. Okay, so we're going to shuffle them separately then. 3, 2, and 1. So we'll shuffle these up. Probably do is go customer, tendency, have a 1. Actually, I have a 1. I have a 2. I have a 3. Tendency. Customary. Okay. Good. Oh, and the upgrade tokens. We have under here itty bitty, very tiny little upgrade tokens. Okay. All right, create the marketplace. So take the top 2 cards of the level 1 rival deck and place them face up near the character tray with one above the other. Okay. So now I'm going to move these rival cards out of the way then. Okay, so top 2 level 1s face up. Okay. Then place 2 face down tendency cards to the left of each rival and 1 face up customer card to the right of the top of the rival on top. Okay, so I need to move those down out of the way. You get these out of the way. I'll put the customer over here. Tendency over here. Because these need to be pushed over. And you a little bit too. So saying a tendency on the left. And I'm going to scoot you a little bit there. So far, the Ranger and the Merchant have taken up the most space around the board. There we go. Okay. That's the customer. Okay. Give each rival card the coins and goods from the market stockpile as indicated at the top of their card. Okay, so you're getting 2 mallets of food and 8 coins. Five, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And you are getting 14 coins and 2 of the wines. 1, 2. Go 10. 3. And 4. Of these little guys. Okay. All right. That's the setup. Goodness. Okay. I'll sip here with this Java, and we'll go into the basic concepts. Okay. So, goods. The merchant spends their time buying and selling goods on the open market. There are 4 different types of merchant goods as follows. There is food, fur, wine, and tools. The market. The market for each good fluctuates during the game as goods are bought and sold and as customers dictate market trends. The market board on the merchant's character tray has a track for each of the 4 goods. When a good's market value is increased or decreased, that good's token is moved up, increased, or down, decreased. 1 slot on the market track to reflect that market shift. As a good increases or decreases on the track, its market price also increases and decreases accordingly. Okay. Trending. Trending is the market's reaction to goods being bought and sold. The 2 general rules for trending are each time the merchant or a rival buys 1 or more goods from the market stockpile during a single action, that good is increased by 1 on its market value. Each time the rival performs the sell action, the sold item is decreased by 1 on the market track. Similarly, each time a merchant sells an available customer to an available customer, doesn't sell them, sells to them, but not the rival, the sold good is decreased by 1 on its market track. Okay. So when rivals buy 1 or more goods from the market stockpile in a single action, that good is increased by 1. Okay. If the rival performs a sell it's decreased. If the merchant sells to an available customer, it's also decreased. Rivals. Rivals, on the other hand, are other merchants doing business in Mythwind Valley. Each rival is represented by a rival card. Rivals buy and sell goods, interact with customers, and have their own preferences, tendencies, and prices for goods. Any coins and goods a rival has acquired are placed directly on the rival card. There are always two rival merchants, and as the market grows stronger, more savvy rivals arrive in the valley to compete for available wealth. So right now we have the gem cutter and we have the builder. The market track has 3 rival levels. If a new rival card is ever added to the marketplace, that rival card is drawn from the deck that matches the highest rival level that has been surpassed by at least one good in the market. Sorry. If a new rival level card is ever added to the marketplace, described later, that rival card is drawn from the deck that matches the highest rival level that has been surpassed by at least one good in the market. So if it's up past 2, a 2 is going in. If it's up past 3, a 3 is going in. Got it? If ever the rival deck is empty, draw from the lesser level deck. If all available rival decks are empty, draw from the merchant's acquired rivals, as explained in picture 7. Okay? Okay. There are a finite number of goods in the market. These goods can exist in one of various stockpiles. In the game, any goods stockpiles in the game. Any goods not in the market are set aside as part of the supply, along with any other out-of-play tokens and cards. The amount of good that is available in the market is set according to the position of the goods on the market track. Each market track is divided into 3 tiers, and each tier has its own market availability value. As the good increases on the market track and enters the higher tier, the number of that good that is available in the market will increase at the end of the season. Sorry, one time. Any goods not in the market are set aside. Part of supply, any number out of play, tokens, cards, cash. The amount of a good that is available in the market is set according to the position of the good on its market track. So market availability, 6, 9, 12, okay? Each market track is divided into 3 tiers, and each tier has its own market availability value. As a good increases on its market track and enters a higher tier, the number of that good that is available in the market will increase at the end of the season. Got it. Each good begins the game in tier 1, where there are 6 of each good available. If a good can reach tier 3, the availability of that good goes to 12. Okay, guys, so it starts off, that's where we start off with 6 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got it. Okay. The market availability of a good determines the total number of that good's token that are in circulation among the game's various stockpiles. There are 3 types of stockpiles as follows. The merchant stockpile. So the merchant stockpile is located near the merchant character's tray. Right here. This is where the merchant places any of the goods they have acquired. The merchant begins the game with 2 of each good in the merchant stockpile. The merchant stockpile has a limitless capacity. It has a limitless capacity. It can hold any number of goods. So you can have any number down here. Rival stockpile. Rival stockpile. So each rival has their own stockpile that is located at the bottom of each rival card. This is where the rival places any of the goods they have acquired. A rival stockpile has a capacity which indicates the maximum number of goods it can hold at any time. So 3 and 4. Okay. The market stockpile. So there's a merchant, the market, the rival. Got it. So the market stockpile up here is above the market board. This is where all good tokens are placed that are available in the market but are not currently held by merchant or the rivals. The market stockpile has a limitless capacity. It can hold any number of goods. The marketplace is a region of the merchant's play area where rival merchants and customers gather to conduct business. The marketplace always contains 2 rival merchants, and each rival card is always paired with a random tendency card that determines the actions that rival performs, which are described later. Rivals and their tendencies are placed vertically in the marketplace with one rival and its tendencies above the other, as seen here. The marketplace always has one customer represented by a customer card. Boom. The customer is placed next to the rival they are visiting. The row of cards within the marketplace that contains a customer is referred to as the customer row. This is the row where most actions are resolved during dawn. Okay. All right. So day phase summary. Each game round of Mythwind is in the day. Wow. Each game round of Mythwind is a day that consists of 3 phases: dawn, daytime, and dusk. To resolve each phase, characters perform a number of steps. The primary step of each phase is resolved by all characters as a group, and the rules of these steps are described in detail throughout the town charter, which we have a rulebook rundown for as well, so you can learn more about that by watching that video. In addition to the phases' primary steps, each character has their own unique steps to resolve. These steps are spread throughout the 3-day phases and are different for each character. The rules that govern the merchant's unique steps are detailed on the next page. Right here, right there. That's where. Okay, so this is a summary of all of them. So, during the dawn phase, everybody does this: determine weather, check season, resolve weather effect. Then the merchant specifically will shift the market and resolve marketplace actions. In phase 2 for daytime, everybody does the town action. Then the merchant will do their character actions of conduct business and resolve a skill, and then they can do any work or actions that they may have. Day 3, there's nothing unique for the merchant. They're just doing the return character or return workers that everybody does in Dusk. And here we are. For phase 1, dawn. The merchant's unique steps for dawn are described in this section. No way. Shift the market. During dawn, the merchant shifts the market according to the seasonal preferences and the weather. To shift the market, the merchant determines the seasonal good. Each season, only a specific seasonal good can shift during dawn. That good is indicated by the season preference chart on the merchant's header on their character tray. The first season of the game is spring, so the seasonal good for the first turn of the game is tools. So as seen here, spring and tools. After determining the seasonal good, the merchant determines the market shift for that good according to the current weather, as follows. If it's sunny, increase the market by 1. If it's rainy, decrease the market by 1. If it's cloudy, no shift. So the card that we did pull at the beginning of all the rule rundowns was a rainy card, so we'll go based on that. So that means that this will go down by 1 because of the rain. Womp, womp, womp. And that most likely is referenced on one of these, probably the back of the book. And no. Oh, that would be nice. Why don't you say? Ship the goods, weather. Oh, it says on the literal letter right there. I'm dumb. Hi. Okay. So the weather is sunny or rainy, merchant increases, decreases, based on the board that we just did. Resolve marketplace action. So during this step, actions are performed by a rival or a customer within the customer row of the marketplace. Who performs actions is determined by the current weather card as follows. If the day's weather card has an event weather effect, so the little book symbol, the rival performs an action. If the day's weather card has a construction queue weather effect, the customer performs an action. If the day's weather card has neither of those, like our rainy one does not, do not perform a marketplace action. Okay? So nobody performs the actions. Determining a rival action. So the rival action allows the rival. So let me show you the actual, I guess the symbols for the book and the increase queue. So if it has this little orange book symbol, then that's where the rival will perform their actions. If it has this little build symbol, then that's where the customer would do theirs. But because we have neither, they don't do anything. So determining rival actions. The rival action allows the rival in the customer row to buy, sell, or manufacture goods. The action a rival performs is determined by the tendency card. So first, the merchant flips the tendency card in the customer row. Tendency card in the, in the customer row. So the row the customer's in. Okay, done. The tendency card shows 3 rival actions. A rival can perform only one of those 3 actions, and they attempt to perform the one action by starting at the top of the card, proceeding downward. The rival always performs the top action of the tendency card if possible. If they cannot, perform the middle. If not, then they try to do the bottom. The process ends after the rival performs one action, or if they cannot perform any actions. Performing a rival action. So there are 3 primary types of rival actions: buy, sell, and manufacture. The type and quantity of goods that is bought, or sold, or manufactured are indicated by icons. In addition to each of the 4 good icons, there is also a seasonal preference and a rival preference icon. So rival preference and seasonal preference is the same Apple one. The seasonal preference icon refers to the seasonal good as indicated by the seasonal preference chart on the merchant's character tray. The rival preference refers to a good that is specifically preferred by a rival and is indicated on each rival card. Okay, so right there. Each of these icons may also have an attached number or an infinity symbol. A number indicates the maximum number of goods that can be bought, sold, or manufactured. The maximum is one of those is no other indicator. The maximum is 1 if there is no other indicator. The infinity symbol has no maximum, but indicates that the rival buys, sells, or manufactures as much of that good as possible. This is typically limited by a good's market availability or the number of coins a rival has. So here you can see food to as much seasonal preference as possible. That's the infinite symbol. Rival actions may also be triggered by specific weather. If any action is prefaced with a weather icon, the rival can only resolve that action if it matches the current day's weather. Some of these weather actions have unique effects, such as shifting the goods market. A key for interpreting such effects can be found at the back of this character journal. Well, let's see. I'll say it. What? Rival action may trigger specific weather. If any action is prefaced with a weather icon, the rival can only resolve that action if it matches the current day's weather. Some of these weather actions have unique effects, such as shifting a goods market. A key for interpreting such effects can be found at the back of the character. Oh, okay. So there's a key for the whatever the effects are. So let's see if we can find one of those cards just to see what it looks like. Okay, so here we go. So sunny, we'll do that. Rainy, we'll do that. Got it. We're good. Back on track. All right. Now we're going to go into the actions here. So the buy action is this little symbol here. So the buy action allows the rival to purchase goods from the market stockpile. So right there, the top one. To perform this action, the rival spends coins from the rival card to purchase the type and quantity of good indicated by the buy action they are resolving. The cost to purchase a good is equal to the good's current market price shown on the market board. Each good purchase is taken from the market stockpile, there, and placed into the rival stockpile on their rival card. Any coins spent are placed in the supply. If a rival can buy at least one good, they are able to perform the action. Increase the market value of the good type purchased by 1. If purchasing one good would cause a rival to exceed their capacity, then they cannot perform the buy action. All right, so you want to buy to hide. They can hold 4 goods. Right now, they currently have 2 tools and 1 of the food, so they can perform this. So to buy this, they have to spend 3. So spend 1, 2, and 3. And they would buy from here the 1, and now their stockpile is as high as it can go. So they put their money up here. That's as much as they can hold now. And so because of that, this will go up by 1. Okay. Nice. Sell for the rival. The sell action allows the rival to sell goods from their stockpile at the price listed on the rival card. To perform this action, the rival sells the type and quantity of good indicated by the sell action they are resolving. Each good sold must be taken from the rival stockpile and placed in the market stockpile. For each good the rival sells, they gain coins from the supply equal to the good's price, which is shown on their rival card. If a rival can sell at least one of the good, they are able to perform the action, decrease the market value of the good by 1. They cannot sell, and they would only do 1 action typically anyway. But if they weren't able to buy, they would look to see if they could sell. They don't have 1, so they wouldn't be able to do that. So they would look at the third thing, manufacture, if that was their last option, if they couldn't do the other 2. The manufacturer action allows rivals to gain a good. To perform this action, the rival gains the type of good indicated by the manufacturer action they are resolving. Each manufactured good is taken from the marketplace stockpile and placed in the rival stockpile. Manufacturing a good does not cost the rival any coins or affect the market track. If a rival can manufacture at least 1 good, they are able to perform that action. If manufacturing 1 good would cause a rival to exceed their capacity, they cannot perform the manufacture action. So here the manufacturers listed with the star, which means they would want to manufacture their starred icon here, which would be a tool. So if they could, they would manufacture a tool, but they cannot because they're full up because they're able to buy at the beginning there. Also, they already did that action. But if this was their, if they already had this to begin with, they wouldn't be able to do any of those actions. They wouldn't do anything. Customer action. So the customer action allows the customer in the marketplace to influence the market and buy goods. Each customer card contains 2 actions, trend and buy. So again, you won't be doing both rival and customer for this whole market phase. So to determine if you're doing the market phase, it's going to be based on the weather card again. So if there was a book here, then you do the rival actions, which went over. If it was the house, the green house, the construction queue, then we'll be doing the customer actions instead. You're never doing both of them at the same time. It's either one, other, or neither. All right, and customers can trend or buy. So to resolve a customer action, the customer resolves both their trend and their buy actions, if able. They begin with the trend action at the top of the card and then proceed to the buy action at the bottom. So trend and buy. The trend action shifts goods in the marketplace, increasing or decreasing its market value. Each trend action depicts the goods that is target of the market shift, as well as an arrow which indicates the good increases or decreases in the market. To perform the trend action, simply move the depicted good token 1 slot in its market track in the direction of the arrow. So here we have a trend up. So if this was a customer action, we would trend this up by 1. And buy. The buy action allows a customer to buy goods from the merchant as well as the rivals in the marketplace. The type and quantity of goods the customer buys is depicted on the buy action on their card. Each customer has a price preference. They like to either buy the lowest priced good or the highest priced good that is available. This preference is determined by the pricing arrow that is attached to the action goods icon. So here they want to buy the lowest priced tool. So his tool is at 5, mine is at 3. So they would buy mine at 3, I believe. We'll see. So check prices. Determine who has the highest or lowest price good. When checking prices, only check the prices of the rival in the customer row. The merchant's prices are determined by the market price. If the rival's prices are indicated on the rival card. If both the merchant and the rival have the same price, the customer buys goods from the rival in the customer row before buying goods from the merchant. Okay? Buying the good. Customer buys the good depicted on their buy action card from the merchant or rival who has the highest or lowest price good as appropriate for the customer price preference. If the customer buys a good from the merchant, they take the good from the merchant's stockpile and place it in the market stockpile. Then the merchant gains a number of coins from the supply equal to their sell price for that good. So here, mine is lower than 5 because that's 3. So he would be buying up to 3 hammers from me. So you can buy 2. So he's going to take the 2, 1, 2, and I will be making 6 money off from that. If the customer buys a good from a rival, they take the good from the rival's stockpile and place it in the market stockpile. Then the rival gains a number of coins from the supply equal to their selling price for that good. So same thing, they would have gained 6 if they bought it from them, but didn't. The customer repeats this 2-step process of checking prices and buying a good until they have bought the maximum number of goods they can. Throughout this process, they may buy goods from both the merchant and the rival. If the customer cannot buy any goods from the merchant or the rival in the customer row because they are both out of stock, the customer will buy the goods from the rival that is not in the customer row, if possible. Okay, so they bought my 2. So they're going to buy the 3, and it's going to start with me. So you're buying from me, you need to buy 1 more, so you would buy this last one, and then they would get whatever your price is, 5. Here we go. Got it. Okay. So the customer repeats this 2-step process of checking the price of buying good until they have bought the maximum number of goods they can, which is the 3. Okay. Throughout this process, they may buy goods from both merchant and the rival. Got it. They cannot. For the merchant with both, the customer will buy goods from the rival not in the customer row. So if he had hammers and he had none and I had none, then he would go down here to buy them instead. Reset the marketplace. After resolving the marketplace action, the marketplace cards are cycled and a new customer row may be formed. To reset the marketplace, follow these steps. Discard the customer and or tendency card. So discard the customer card if that card was resolved. So discard the tendency card from the customer row if that card was resolved. The discarded cards go to the bottom of their respective decks. Okay, so if you were able to buy what you wanted, which he was, you will get discarded to the bottom of your deck. Then if an action is able to be performed, you will go to the bottom of this deck because that card was resolved. If tendency was discarded, draw tendency. So draw the top card of the tendency deck and place it face down to the left of the rival whose tendency card was just discarded. Okay, that's you. If the customer was discarded, so draw the top card of the customer deck and place it face up to the right of the rival who was not in the customer row this day. So that means the bottom. Oh, of course, wrong one. Shuffle the tendency and customer deck that it was drawn from. So then these will be shuffled. Okay, so that's how the customer will shift up and down. Okay, that makes sense. Boop. Okay. So if they just couldn't buy, essentially they'll wait until they can buy what they want to buy. It seems like. Discard the customer card if that card was resolved. So I guess resolving is they're able to actually full on buy whatever it is. Or okay, so it essentially means you won't discard it if the customer doesn't go. So you would never be discarding both of them. Got it. So you're always going to have... Okay, I see. So here we'll say that it was really the customer that went. So that way you wouldn't actually discard the tendency. So because you're only ever doing the rival or the customer. So based on whatever went, that's the card that's going to get discarded, and the new one will come out to replace it. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. So it says preferences. Okay, so maybe it may clarify in the back of this, because it says here discard of the customer was resolved. Discard the tendency if the customer row, if that card was resolved. So resolve meaning like do one of them. I guess you always be able to do one. It'll probably be manufacturing as long as there's things there. Anyway. Okay, phase 2 for daytime. During the daytime, the merchant performs a character action, which includes conduct business and resolve skills. Followed by any number of worker actions. A merchant's unique character or worker actions are described in this section. So everything we just went over is before we even got to the merchant's actions. It was all the rival and the customer. That was all during the dawn phase. It's during the dawn phase where you have shifting the market and resolving the marketplace action. So the market shifts based on the season and the weather. Crazy. Okay. Conduct business. This character action allows a merchant to conduct business in the market by monitoring the market trends and by buying, selling, and manufacturing goods. The merchant begins by selecting one of the 5 actions displayed on their character tray. Each of these actions is designated as a sprite action, a village action, or both, as an action designation is indicated by the worker icons and the color scheme. So blue for sprites, orange for villagers, the middle one's for both of them. Okay? And so your alignment is decided by the town action you took. So if you took an action that aligned you with the sprites, you can only do a sprite action, and vice versa for the village. Okay. Each selection allows the merchant to perform a specific action as follows. So you can sell, stock, manufacture or trend, guild, or buy. Okay there? Yep. Alrighty. For selling. The sell action allows the merchant to sell goods from their stockpile, down here, to customers or rivals. To perform this sell action, the merchant must choose one type of good, food, fur, wine, or tools to sell to either the customer or the rival. They can sell any number of the chosen good following the rules of the rival or customer as follows. For the rival, the merchant can sell to any number of to any available rival of their choice, but they can only sell to one rival during the single sell action. So he can't sell to both of them, he can only sell to one rival. Okay. The rival will buy as many goods from the chosen type as they can afford and if their capacity allows. So his capacity allows 3. He has a bunch of gold, so I could sell him something else, but I can only sell him one of something else. The rival buys goods at the market price. The goods are taken from the merchant's stockpile and placed directly into the rival's card. The merchant gains any coin from the sale, and the market value of the goods is not adjusted. The merchant gains any coins from the sale, and the market value of the sold goods is not adjusted. So here, when we sell goods, we do not adjust this market value. It's only when the rivals sell good. Yeah. So on the rival's turn, if the rival buys at least one good, that good will increase in the market value. If they sell at least one good, that good will decrease in the market value. Okay. Customer. The merchant can sell to an available customer. However, the customer will only buy the number of any type of good shown as the buy action on their card. So I could only sell him 3 wines. The customer buys the goods at the marketplace, and the goods are taken from the merchant's stockpile and placed in the market stockpile according to the sale. The merchant gains coins from the supply, and the market value of the sold goods decreases by 1. Okay. According to the sale, and the merchant gains coins from the supply, and the market value of the sold good decreases by 1. Then the customer card is discarded, and a new one is drawn to replace it. Okay. So here, selling to a rival does not decrease the value. Selling to a customer does decrease the value. So essentially, anytime goods are going into the marketplace stockpile, the value is going down. Anytime they're coming out of there, the value is going up. Supply and demand, right? Fewer there, the more valuable it is. The more there are, the less valuable it is. Stock. The stock action allows the merchant to increase their stockpile by buying goods from a rival in the marketplace. To perform the stock action, the merchant chooses a type of good to buy. The merchant can buy any number of chosen goods from a single rival in the marketplace. Bought goods are taken from the rival stockpile and placed in the merchant's stockpile. The price to buy each good is listed on the rival's card. Any coin that the merchant spends to take from the merchant and place in the rival's card. The merchant cannot buy more goods than the rival has in their stockpile. That's stockpile. Manufacture or trend. This action allows the merchant to gain goods from the market stockpile or shift a good within the market. To resolve this action, the merchant chooses to either manufacture or trend. Then they can choose to upgrade the market. Manufacture. If the merchant chooses to manufacture, they take any one good token from the market stockpile and place it in their merchant stockpile, gaining the token. The merchant does not spend any coins to do this. Then the market value of the good that was gained decreases by 1. Okay, so manufacturing goods also decreases it by 1. Was that true over here too for the rival? Nope. So the rival doesn't affect, but if we manufacture, we decrease the market by 1. Trend. If the merchant chooses to trend, they take a good token from the merchant stockpile and place it in the market stockpile. Then the market value of the good increases by 1. Interesting. So it's like backwards. So if you manufacture, take a token from the market and decrease. If you trend, you're putting one back and increasing. Weird. Upgrade. There are 6 upgrade tokens that can be purchased and placed on the market board to create large fluctuations when trending the market. There's standard upgrades and advanced upgrades. So the standard ones are the ones of the same color. The advanced are the white ones. 4 of the tokens are standard upgrades that are specific to each good. They can only be placed on that good's market track. 2 of the tokens are advanced upgrades that can be placed on any market track. To upgrade the market, the merchant purchases an upgrade and places it in any empty slot on the market. Any empty slot on the market upgrade tracks. The cost to purchase the upgrade is 10 coins plus the number of coins equal to the market price of the slot where the upgrade is placed. Okay. The cost to purchase an advanced upgrade is 10 coins and an acquired rival. So it costs 10 coins and an acquired rival. Additionally, all 4 of the standard upgrades must already be purchased before the merchant can purchase an advanced upgrade. Okay. After a token is placed, each time a good token can be moved into a slot that contains an upgrade, it is placed in the next slot in that direction in which it was trending. So instead of purchasing a new upgrade, the merchant can move an upgrade that is already placed. To move an upgrade, the merchant must purchase the upgrade again at full cost. Then they can move it to a location of their choice on one of the appropriate market tracks. So for instance here, let's put you there. So if I purchase this would go in the middle here, which means that when this moves up, it's going to skip that one entirely and go right to there. And then that'll just stay there. If in turn I wanted to upgrade again, then I have to take this out. And if you were here, then I could put you right there, and then go skip that and go there. Be within the same tier, maybe. Oh, yes, upgrade. Cool. Okay. All right. Guild, which is next here. This action allows merchants to take over a rival's business. All right. When the merchant chooses to take over a rival, they can absorb all the rival's goods and remove the rival from the marketplace. To take over, the merchant performs the following steps. Determine the rival value. Choose a rival and determine their value by adding the value of their coins and all their goods in their stockpile. Each good is valued at its market price. For example, if a rival has 5 coins, 2 food, which are market priced at 3, and 2 wine, the market is priced at 2, the rival's value is 15. So it'll be 4 plus 6 is 10, plus the 5 coins is 15. Okay, so buy out. Spend the number of coins equal to twice the rival's total value. Spent coins are placed in the supply. For example, for the rival that's worth 15, you would spend 30. Gain assets. Take all the rival's goods from their stockpile and place them in the merchant's stockpile. Then place all of the rival's coins in the supply. Cycle cards. Place the rival's card face down near the merchant's character tray and return the rival's tendency card to the bottom of its deck. Then place a new rival and a face down tendency card in the marketplace to replace those who were removed. A face down rival card is an acquired rival. The merchant can spend acquired rivals to purchase skills and advanced upgrades. When a merchant spends an acquired rival, it is placed in the bottom of the respective deck. Damn. All right, so let's go over that again here. So if I wanted to acquire this rival here, the builder, okay? So right now, they have a hammer, a hide, and a food, which is valued at 3, 3, and 3. So 3, 6, 9. So 9 plus their 10. So we have 19. So I would need to spend a total of 38 to acquire them. So if I spent 38, we'll say that I have that. All of their coin would go in its supply. I would get all of their assets, so all of their goods, and I would take them and place them face down. I think their tendency card would go away as well, I just said, right? Yep, return the tendency card. And then a new one would come out for whatever the next tendency, for the next rival, and the new rival would replace them. Boom. Easy. All right. Then we have the buy action on the bottom here. So the buy action allows the merchant to purchase goods directly from the market stockpile. To perform this buy action, the merchant chooses one of the goods types to buy: food, fur, wine, or tools. When they buy any number of chosen goods by taking the good tokens of that type in the market stockpile, they place them in the merchant stockpile. What? They then buy any number of chosen good by taking the good tokens of that type. Oh, we're buying. Duh. From there, putting the merchant. For each good bought, each token moved, the merchant spends a number of coins equal to the good's market price. Yep. After the merchant has finished buying a good, increase the market value of that good by 1. So again, that typical supply and demand situation. The only reverse that is manufacturing. So manufacturing ends up working in reverse. So when you manufacture a good from there, without paying for it, because you didn't pay for it, this goes down. When you trend, you end up putting a good back. Trending. Yeah, take any good token from the merchant and place it back in and push it up by 1. Cool. Or upgrade. So this here, it has 1 symbol, but you can do 3 different things: the manufacturer, trend, or upgrade. So you can do one of those 3 things. Here, the guilds where you can acquire, take over a rival, and that is buying from there, which would increase. Woo. Mark's got a lot of movement. Okay. So resolve skill. So this character action allows the merchant to resolve a skill in the same row. So just like beforehand, a lot of the other people, so if you have a skill in a row, that here if I did the sell action, I could also do this skill if I so chose. And then we go on to the worker actions. So just like everybody else, so the basics of each character is the same. When you get to this portion, we have your actions, which are very unique to the character and their systems, and then you have skill to go along with it, and then after that, your character actions, then you have the worker actions. So if we had dice over here in our well, we could do some worker actions. To do the worker actions, you would lower this pip by 1, so from 3 down to 2, and you would place it into any of the 3 that match. So this one could go in the middle because it's blue or orange, and that allow me to do this action again, one of those 3. The same for the orange, we drip that down to 1, put it there, allows you to do that. It does not allow you to do the skill as well in addition to it. Okay, good. Okay, nothing unique there after that. All the same, great. All right, so then we have Dusk, which there's no unique steps for the merchant at Dusk. Easy enough. Again, a lot of the meat is in that daytime phase, much like the Ranger. Then we have End of Season. There's no unique steps for this character in the season except for their upkeep, like everybody else. You can see here a lot of blue books there. Character upkeep, very much the same. The upkeep does happen before you choose to change a character if you so choose at the end of a season. So for the character upkeep for the merchant. During the merchant character's upkeep, they recreate the marketplace and update the market stockpile. The merchant will skip this step if they are about to save the game. So if you're going to save the game, we're going to skip this whole thing when it comes to setting up doing the upkeep. So, but if you're going to continue playing, you would go through this upkeep phase. So recreate the marketplace. To recreate the marketplace, the merchant shuffles all cards in the marketplace into their respective decks. Any goods in a rival stockpile are placed in the marketplace in the market stockpile, and any coins in a rival has are placed in the supply. Then the merchant makes a new marketplace by placing 2 face-up rivals, 2 face-down tendency cards, and 1 face-up customer card to the right of the topmost rival. Following normal rules, each rival card is drawn from the deck that matches the highest rival level that has been surpassed by at least 1 good in the market. So again, this here. So if we had passed by even 1 up here, we're drawing level 2 rivals instead of level 1. Finally, give each rival card the coins and goods from the market stockpile as indicated in the top of their card. If a rival's goods are not available in the market stockpile, they can be taken from the supply if able. Okay. To update the market stockpile, the merchant conducts an audit of each good to determine the number of tokens in the market for each good matches the good's current market availability. Interesting. So the number of tokens for each specific good that is spread across the various stockpiles, including the market, merchant, and rival, should equal that good current market availability, which is going to be this here. So for this, it would be 9. For these, they're all 6s. If there's a discrepancy because a good has entered a new tier on its market track since the last time the market was updated, add or remove tokens of that good from the market stockpile as needed. If there are more goods in the merchant and rival stockpile than the market availability allows, empty the market stockpile, leave all goods belonging to the merchant and the rival. If it's possible for goods belonging to the merchant and rival to total more than the market availability, in this situation, the good remain in play until they are audited during the next character upkeep. Okay, so for wine, if I had 4, and we'll just say they had 3 for 7, technically that's above 6, we just hold on to them. So even if we were to sell a bunch of these, it doesn't go anywhere until the audit phase happens again. They would just go back up there like they normally would. Okay. And that's it for upkeep. It's just resetting the market and auditing everything. So that way, as you go into the next round, everything is as it should be based on the market. Then you have character skills. Then you have the index, which you can read through if you need help for that. So we'll go over saving the game now for the merchant. So to save the game, you're going to return the merchant miniature to the box. Goodbye. Remove the merchant header from the tray. So we're going to take this off. Boom. You're going to return any rival cards, tendency cards, and customer cards to their respective piles. So tendencies have a tendency to return to the piles. Customer. Rivals. Okay. Return rival goods to the market stockpile. Coins to supply. Stockpile. Supply. Place all merchant coins and the merchant stockpile into the top left of the tray. So merchant coins. Merchant stockpile. Okay. The unused goods are placed to their right. So all of these. Okay. Place a tendency and customer cards in the top of the tray. Okay. The rival cards are placed face down on top of them. Acquired rival cards are placed face up on top of those. So I have the tiered rival cards that are unused. My acquired one would go face up to remember that it is acquired. And then you put the header back. Remove the left merchant board right here. These would have already returned there because none of these were blank. If one of these was blank, you would re-roll it and place it back here in the town. But because I had one, it's going to stay with her. So you're going to put all of the skills here, and the advancements can go here that are unused. So we have, if you had one that was being used, so say we had one bought for right here, that would just stay in the market tray. So we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. Twos. Ones. And for her, so again, I have these little dowels here, which is a little bit different. You may not have these. So I had one extra of each of these supplies. So I'm going to use these to mark where these are located. So we can put the top on. And then these little guys should fit right over here. That's where I'll put them. So grab. Ooh, easy, buddy. These, get a blue. And the purple. Go. Oh, it's a little wonky, actually. Interesting. I need that as deep. I guess we can probably do. Yeah, that'll probably work. That'll work better. Put more there. More depth there. There we go. Okay. And then the skill will stay there. So now those are all marked where they need to be. Cool. Finally, place the lid in the character tray to preserve the state of everything that's in play. So then the lid would go. I would probably include the card as well in there. And boom. Setting up is pretty simple. So you're going to get the miniature, skills, coins, cards, goods, tokens, market upgrade tokens to the tray, recreate the marketplace, just like you would have in the upkeep section for the recreate marketplace. So follow this for recreating marketplace. Yeah, and update the stockpile as described on page 42. So literally do this whole section here that you would on page 42. So if you save the game, you're literally just putting everything away. We'd restart, then you do this. If you're not saving the game and continue from one season to the next, you just go through this right away in the middle. But that is the merchant. So definitely a bit more to the merchant for sure, in remembering how the market moves up and down. I think the easiest thing to remember is, in general, when goods are being taken out of the marketplace stockpile, you're going to be increasing the value. So low supply, high demand. And as you put goods into the marketplace stockpile, you're going to be decreasing the value. Again, high supply, low demand. The only time that's different is specifically when the merchant is manufacturing. So the merchant manufactures, when you do the manufacturing, you just take it from the supply, it actually decreases. When you trend and you put one into the supply, you're going to increase it. So that's the only time where it's opposite for you there. But other than that, pretty straightforward. I like the rivals and how you can buy them out. That's a lot of fun. You can really just kind of stockpile some cash and then like, okay, I'm going to buy out this person, take their stuff, which will help you get some upgrades there. But yeah, it's really trying to fight off those rivals so you can make money. Very interesting balance that'll happen there with some randomness of if it's going to be a customer turn or a rival turn, you'll always get to go. So you get to really, manipulate the market based on what they do or what they don't do. So very cool. All right. So that is the merchant rulebook rundown for Mythwind's merchant. So now we have done the town charter. We've gone through the farmer, the crafter, the ranger, just did the merchant. And that is everything in the base game of Mythwind. So now I'm going to be doing some rulebook rundowns for the expansions. So we do have the Friends and Family expansion, as well as over here, the Expanded Horizon expansion. So with Expanded Horizons, there is another character, the Innkeeper. So I'm going to start off with the Innkeeper. We'll do that. And then we'll dig into some of the smaller ones that are in here. I have some of the smaller, like little micro expansion things that came with the new all-in version. And then we'll dig into the Friends and Family so you know how to work that into your game. All right. Well, thank you for joining me here at Bald and Board Games as I went over the Merchant. Yeah, join back next time for the Innkeeper. Alrighty. I am Bald. Bald is not here, but we will see you at the store.